Beloved, rise and shine, great grand rising, great grand rising. Come on in, grand afternoon, grand evening, wherever you are tuning in from. This is Ilona Sanders. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Success TV Live. This is our early morning empowerment first word prophetic gathering for 2024. Come on in. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up on Facebook. I figured out what to do, and we're going to get ready today, and we're going to just let this do what it do today. All right. So with that being said, beloved, let's do what we always do first, and that is to activate the success mind. So go ahead and sit with your feet flat, back straight. You can place a hand on heart. This is a signal to the subconscious mind, the nervous system. You're ready to calm down, relax, and receive. Healing deep breath in through the nostrils. Exhale fully through the mouth and relax. Just let everything relax, starting with even the skin that covers the scalp. When that relaxes, it pulls down the eyes, the cheeks. Drop the shoulders down from the ear. Relax those arms, those legs, those fingers, the midsection, your torso, your legs, your feet, your toes. We can feel our feet under us, feel the chair we're sitting in. Yeah, wiggle around in there, knowing that you're grounded, you're anchored. Deep breath in and exhale fully through the mouth. Turn the focus and attention inward now to the rich inner life of the kingdom of God that is within. We tap into infinite wisdom, infinite power, insight, grace. We're here. One more for the power of 3. Today we're thankful. We're grateful. We stir the heart of gratitude. Come on, stir that heart of gratitude. Stir it. Let's be thankful and grateful. And we're going to take just 30 seconds, and start shooting out something that you're grateful for. Come on, light up the comment section today. Give me a great grand rising. Let me know that you're here on Facebook, YouTube. I figured out how to turn the volume down on my phone so that I could look at the comments. Hey, Jewel. Thanks for joining us, Donna Marie, Leisha, Darlene Gray. Girl, we got to talk. Our time is coming up. Reese, get grand rising. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us live. Come on, 1 minute of gratitude. Just something, everybody. Something that you are truly, truly grateful for. Listen, I am so thankful and so grateful that we get to come here, that we have created this dimension, this container called early morning empowerment, and we're stepping in to the new. So I want you to go ahead and just shout out something that you're really, I'm so thankful for you guys and so grateful. I mean that with all my heart. Everything in me is pulling for you, rooting for you, covering you, supporting you, protecting you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Reese. Isn't that a blessing? Y'all gonna get me. I'm getting emotional. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Let that gratitude. Yes, Reese. Thankful for living to see another year. Thankful for health. Come on, y'all. Light it up, because you know gratitude is a powerful vibration. Come on, guys. Come on. Let me hear something from you. Yes, 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 yes. One thing that you are really, truly grateful for this morning. All right. So with that being said, this is day number 3, right? And usually number 3 is a powerful number. And anytime you're doing something in our community, we have a training called the 1 in 7. And the 1 in 7 is all about how to create new winning habits. And in that training, I teach people that the 3rd day is a powerful day, because the 3rd day is what we would even call in the world the hump day. That's the crossing over day. So anytime you're starting something new, you want to create a new winning habit, you want to pay attention to the 3rd day, right? And sacred text backs that up. where it says that on the third day I will raise you up. So we're thankful for this third day of our gathering, and this is a day of lifting up. It is a day of elevation. So I want to jump right in to what we're going to talk about today. If you missed day 1 and 2, go back on YouTube. You'll find that my YouTube channel is Spiritual Success TV. You have to look on the live videos and you'll see the replays there, or on either one of my Facebook channels, Ilona Sanders 1 or Ilona Sanders. You can catch the replay. Today, beloved, because we're at this powerful number 3, the number 3 representing union and birthing, right? This is a day of activation. It is time now to really get activated. As I have laid down, I want you to really hear me today, right? I was talking to you about how to handle the prophetic, right? How to handle the prophetic, because you can hear something, but you don't have proper support. You don't have proper strategy of how to walk that word out and get the results of that word. Listen, beloved, what I'm releasing is important. But what's even more important is that you hear something out of what I'm saying. When I'm mentoring and coaching, I often ask, after I give a discourse or answer to a question, I would ask people, what do you hear me saying? I'm not just asking you what you hear me saying. I'm asking you, what are you hearing from what you're hearing me say? That's really what I want to get to. So on the surface, what am I hearing? I'm getting feedback to make sure you're tapped in and you can hear what I'm saying. But then I'm also checking in to see, what are you hearing from what am I hearing? What is your spirit being activated? Because I tell you this all the time, beloved, you are the greatest prophet you will ever meet in your life. No prophet can prophesy to you like you can prophesy to yourself and get major results from what you are saying about yourself. So today is about activation. It's about you being able to hear something from the words that is being released. So yesterday we started laying down talking about what the number 8 represents, because this is an 8 universal year. The number 8 is a powerful number, right? And that's why even in our sowing seed for this year, we're using the number 88 and 9, or 9 and 8, or either the number 9. But the 89 or the 98 is still bringing us to this universal number 8. So number 1 today, I want you to write it down. I'm being activated today. Because until you are activated, you have not turned on the power of what you're hearing. So I know that the internet is flooded with every prophet, every intuitive, every psychic, anybody that can see, anybody that can discern. It's just flooded with everything. But what you want more than just hearing, you want to get activated. You want to turn the power of it on. So follow me. That's why it is important that you hear a word from a word. We call this the law of adaptation, how you take something and then make it your own, because you won't get results until it becomes real for you, right? I said this, right? You cannot change what you receive until you change what you believe. And until you change what you believe, you're not embracing and embodying truth with a capital T. I just can't spit things out and say this going to happen, that going to happen. I know some people with the mindset and the attention span that we are in, you just want to hear it and keep moving, hear it and keep moving. I want to caution you, beloved, not to give all of your being over to the fast-paced rhythm of hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, right? You want to be able to flow. You want to be able to not be anxious. You want to not have anxiety. You want to not be an overwhelm. So let's get to it again. So as it relates to what I'm releasing, I'm going on 2 tracks. I'm letting you know what's going to be happening in 3D, but I want you positioned in 4D, 5D, 5 dimension, fifth density realm of conscious awareness of being. You want to live out of that high 4D, 5D realm of divine consciousness, because you cannot manifest. Write this down. You cannot manifest anything that you're not consciously aware of. You must have a conscious awareness of anything before you can manifest it. And intention flows out of conscious awareness, right? Intention flows out of conscious awareness. So here we are. I just want to check the comments right. Yes, I just don't want to hear, but I want to receive. Grand Rising, Andressa, thanks for joining us live today. All right. So listen, beloved, let's get to this. Let me put these glasses on and look at some of these notes. 2024 on the 3D track, and then on the 4D, 5D track. In 3D, things are going to become so weird, so chaotic, so confusing. And I'm not a prophet of doom. There are major things on the horizon that's going to hit the 3D realm of physical reality. So when it comes to that, we want to be prepared. So today we're talking about rest, reset, re-returning, and readiness, right? Reset, re-returning, and readiness, okay? So there's a lot that's going to happen in 3D. And I'm not a prophet of doom and gloom, but I have a responsibility to let you know what's on the horizon. There is a lot that's going to unfold, and you don't want to be caught unaware. But watch this, beloved. We do not focus on the chaos, the confusion. We just want to be aware. We are aware that many things are in place globally for things to hit and to manifest that will send things into disruption and into chaos. Before we got to 2020, years before we got there, I was asking people several things. What would you do if all of a sudden you couldn't get to church? There was no church. What would you do if there was no more Bible that you can open up and read? What would happen to your relationship with God? What would happen, beloved, now if you wake up one morning and the dollar bill has no value and the streets are just flooded with dollar bills? I'm in the US. Imagine what it is in your country, right? And all of a sudden it has no value. What if we have a major electromagnetic impulse strike and all of a sudden there's no electricity? What do? Well, we want to be ready. We want to be prepared, but we don't want to focus there, right? We're not ignorant. I remember the late Bishop William Lee Bonner coming here in Ohio, probably in 1990, to Victory Deliverance to dedicate the building that Bishop Apostle Fred Sanders had built. And he preached this word, and I never forgot it. And his subject was wise men follow signs. And he was talking about the record and sacred text of the birth of Christ and the wise men following the star and all of that. And we know that we were raised up in European Christianity that told us all of that was evil, all of that was wicked, but your Bible is a Bible full of astrotheology, all right? That's not the topic for today. That's for another conversation. He preached a message, wise men follow signs. And so you have to know how to look at signs and read signs. That's what we're doing here with this first word. All we're doing is releasing what we see, sense, feel, hear, discern, and what the Lord is saying as well. Okay? So we know that many things, it's like a boiling cauldron in 3D with all the right ingredients together for something major to happen that will lend itself to a great shift in how you're used to living life. Your job as a spiritual being, as a spiritual alchemist, is to learn how to transcend and how to transform. So we look at what's on the horizon in 3D and we get ready. We prepare. So what am I speaking to? I'm speaking to things that we do. I've been doing this for years, right? If it happens, I'm ready. If it doesn't happen, I'm still blessed because that's not my focus. But you don't want to be caught unaware. So I want you to take a moment to just think about, what would you do? How would you live? How would you survive? In my community, in the SSL, the Spiritual Life Community, this is what we are training and becoming masters at: how to live from the inside out and how to create the reality you want to live in. And I always back it up with the record in sacred text, that how Israel and Egypt was in the same geographic location, but they were on different timelines. Somebody talked back to me and said, I'm creating my own timeline. Somebody say, Dr. E, what is that? What are you talking about? Just stick with me a little bit. Go back, watch some of my older videos, right? As a powerful being, as your God self, your spiritual self, your supernatural self, this year, you're going to become so supernatural that it's going to be natural for you to be supernatural. You have to create your own timeline so that what's going on in 3D, you live a different reality. So, you know the old saying, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, right? I don't live by that. I stay prepared, but I live in a dimension and a reality and a timeline of the best, right? So that because I'm in the same, watch this, because I'm in the same geographic location, I'll see it, but it won't harm me, right? Nothing shall by any means harm you. So you prepare. You prepare yourself with food, with water, with ways to stay warm, with ways to take care of your body, so that if something were to happen and we could not get out and we were forbidden to go out, how long could you survive in your home? All right. So we prepare, but then watch this, we shift. We shift. Let's take a good healing deep breath in. Watch this and exhale. I'm shifting right out of that because you know what? Everything I was saying carried a vibration, carried a frequency, and I can feel the energy getting dense and heavy. And that this is how you're going to learn to navigate, beloved. You're going to learn to navigate. So today we're talking about activation, turning on the power so that we are ready. We've hit the reset button. That's what everybody does when January 1 comes in. You hit the reset button. I want to use another word that I've learned from my mentor in my community, and that's re-returning, right? And the difference between the two is this. When you re-return, even when you reset, I want you to keep in mind that you've done nothing wrong. I want you to stop judging yourself. I want you to stop guilting yourself out. I want you to stop feeling shame. Guilt says I did something wrong. Shame said I am wrong. There was something. Hey, Sheila, thanks for watching us live. Yes, Jewel, you've got to create that timeline. Lisa, thanks for joining. Hey, Lamar, Bishop, thanks for joining us live, right? So guilt says I did something wrong. Shame says I am wrong. Can I just take a moment and break that up? I just want to go right into the realm of the spirit in this container and just break that up. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, right? So when you re-return, we don't want to do that with the mindset of something's wrong with me or I've done something wrong, I'm guilty, because none of that low energy, low vibrational mindset way of thinking that we were raised up in European Christianity, raised up with a major guilt complex. We was always in warfare, always fighting something. Somebody's always doing something. God's going to bless you, but the devil's going to get you. Can somebody come back and talk to me and say, I'm done with all of that? Just done with that. Let's get activated today. What are you getting activated with? What are you turning the power on? I want you to turn the power on from what you hear, what you see, what you said. Somebody talk back to me. What have you heard for yourself? Come on, I told you, you're the greatest prophet that you're ever going to meet. Nobody can speak into your life, activate your life, and move your life forward like you can. I know that we are so used to depending on something from the outside to guide us, somebody from the outside to tell us something. This is why I say, even with what I'm releasing, you got to hear a word for yourself. Take a breath. Because I am a master teacher, I just can't throw things out and then just leave you out there with no way to implement it. Y'all know my saying, right? You cannot get a fruitful harvest, information, without a strategy to implement it will not yield a fruitful harvest. You're just hearing. And some of us just been sitting and hearing, sitting and hearing, sitting and hearing. You come out for a little while, do a little bit, then you sitting here waiting for somebody to give you permission to be and do what God has called you to do. We're not in that today. We're not in that today. Do we need accountability? Absolutely. Do we need instruction? Yes, we do. But you sitting year after year after year after year after year after year, waiting for somebody to say that now you're ready, now you're worthy. Beloved, that is spiritual abuse. That is witchcraft in the flesh. And that is not where we want to be. Somebody talk back to me and say, that don't work for me no more. Come on. Somebody talk back to me and say, I woke up. Good, Reese. Yes, there's only goodness and greatness for me. I'm done with negativity. Sheila, I'm done. Yes, I'm done with all of that. I need to be activated. That's why we're here. We want to turn on the power. So I'm going to leave the notes because listen, we got to work a work. Somebody say we're doing the sacred work. This is what it's all about, beloved, until you settle down and do what I call the sacred work. Do the sacred work. That's the inner workings. Settling things for yourself. You've done the belief audit. You should have done a real belief audit coming out of 23, going into 24. You should have done a relationship audit, right? This is not about, watch this. This is not about looking out there at people and relationships and thinking that I got to get away from them. No, beloved, it's about coming in here. What do I believe? Why do I believe it? Where did I get that from? Why am I always thinking like this? Why am I always nervous? Where's this anxiety coming from? Where's this overwhelm coming from? Come on, you have to do the sacred work. And you have to begin to shift and change that mindset, right? So you have to hear for yourself, know for yourself, believe for yourself, regardless of what's going on out there, regardless of what somebody is saying to you. I remember years ago, I was in New York. I was in a service, a beautiful, powerful service. Y'all know how it was back in the day when the power of God would come and you know, folks would be slain and folks would be healed and all of that. A beautiful, beautiful service. Oh, yes, Sheila, I get that. I get that. Yes, sitting, waiting and waiting and waiting. It's time to get up and take action. But you're going to take divinely inspired action because you know how to live from the inside out. So back to that service I was at, powerful service. And this is just an example of what the preacher said. And some of y'all, my New York people, know the place on Sutter Avenue, right? At the end of the service, after all of that power, after all of that, he get up and say, be careful, y'all, because the devil's out there and the devil's waiting to get you. That was the last thing they took out. Forget about how much God blessed the service, how much went on. Now the focus is the enemy. And trust me when I tell you, y'all know the saying, wherever your attention goes, energy flows. And if your energy, your life force, your prana, your chi, is flowing there, you're going to start creating that. Because don't you know that ye are gods, says the sacred text, says the psalmist? Don't you know that in this 3D physical realm, ye are gods, and that you have a dominion mandate, and nothing and no one is more powerful than you? We want to come out from underneath all of that witchcraft control, all of that mind control, all that guilt tripping and all that guilt, and step in and become activated. This is the real power, beloved. Listen, this is why I want you to come and journey with me in the spiritual success life community, right? Who's going to be in your ear for the next year? What are you going to be hearing? Who's going to have that influence in your life, right? We're going to be here. It is a 12-month small group mentoring program. It's not something that you get in and you got to take lessons and you got to keep up. That's not what we do. It's all about you moving at your own pace and doing the work so that you are growing. You're advancing, you're elevating, you're going from one realm to the next, where you could see the transformation, you could see the tangible changes in your life. And we want to be there. I want to support you, right? So if you go to the website, elonasanders.com, let me throw that link up real quick. And you go to this link right here, right? Everything is there for you. You're going to be able to see everything you need to see. And then if you have a question, just inbox me, message me, and we can talk about that, right? So activation is about turning on the power. You know how the power gets turned on, beloved? The power gets turned on when you learn how to trust who you are. Trusting who you are. Listen, the more you know yourself, y'all know the saying, know thyself. The more you know yourself, the more you're going to know God. The more you know God, the more you're going to know yourself, because you and God are one. There's no sense in saying that God lives in me and that God is in me, but you don't believe that you also have access to every power, attribute, and characteristic of God, because he's in you and you are one. Help us here. Help us here. Yes. Go to elonasanders.com/SSL. I went in, shaved some more off of the investment. Invest in yourself, beloved. Learn to invest in yourself. You're worth it. You have enough clothes, shoes, purses, perfume, jewelry. You eat the finest of food. I know you do. You travel. You go where you want. Now invest in your personal and spiritual development. Give me a year. I don't rush through things. This ain't no hit it and quit it. Lay hands on me, turn around 3 times, spin in the floor, fall out, get up, and nothing change. You feel good for a day or two, and then you right back. Somebody say, again, done with that. Done with that. I want lasting change. I want you to have lasting change in your life. And you know the beautiful thing about this? The beautiful thing about this is once you get this, beloved, once you grow, once you transform, once you ascend, once you activate and turn on the power of your truth, you'll never turn that power on if you're worried about people, what they're going to say, what they're going to think. Will I fit in? Do I look silly? Are they going to reject me? You can never get to real power. I want to break that off your life. We want that broken off. The beautiful thing about this, beloved, is once you get it, once you grow, once you start transforming, you can go anywhere, any country, any situation, and you can thrive because you know how to create, because you are a master manifester. You are co-creator with God. And that is what we're here to do. Why do you think the creator God, according to the sacred text that we read, took Adam and said, Adam, what are you going to call this thing? What are you going to call it? Because whatever you call it, that's what it's going to be. Y'all heard me say this hundreds of times if you've been following me over the years. So let's get it right. Let's get it right. And remember, activation is about turning on your personal power. You'll never get to turn on that power if you are worried about what's going on out in 3D. Who's looking at you? Who's going to say what? What are they going to think? Let's start busting some bold moves. but we're going to do it from divine inspiration. This is a time of year where we sow seed in our community. I only do this once or twice a year. I do it at the top of the year according to God's calendar in the fall. And I also do it at the beginning of the Gregorian year. These are the ways that you can give. We're sowing an $89 seed, a $98 seed, or you could go straight with the number 9 of birthing, knowing that what you're carrying this year is coming to full term. The 89 and the 90 still brings us to the number 8. The number of power, the number of abundance, the number of victory, the number of being fat, the number of fertility, the number of strength, the number of personal power, unlocking hidden power. We want to sow into that, right? Y'all know me, no fluff, no stuff. I don't believe in playing with God's people. I just believe in the real power of God. Yes, 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 Sheila. Let's get out of that. We're not going to worry about what people think, right? We're not going to worry about what people think. I want you to come on in here, journey with me, sow your seed. You can sow it online at ilonasanders.com. You click on the little square box, scroll down a little bit, and say online giving. PayPal, you could put that URL in there, https:// paypal.me/Ilona Sand. Cash App is Ilona Sanders. And Zelle is warpraise@aol.com. Yes, I age myself. That is an email from way back in the 90s that I still keep. I have others, but I still keep that one, right? All right, lovelies. All right, lovelies. Listen, this is a time for activation. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper into understanding how to turn on the personal power. Because, beloved, trust me, it doesn't matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what prophetic word you're hearing. If you cannot hear a word from the word, you're still not activated. You're still not in power. All you could say is so-and-so said, and this prophet said, and this pastor said, and this bishop said. What are you hearing? I remember back in the days when I had the School of the Prophets, and I still do this in my community. When we activate at the top and we drop down deeper, I always say, look to see, listen to hear, sense to feel. You've got to know what God is saying to you. You got to know where you're being directed. All right. I'm going to release you now with many blessings for the rest of your day. Come on in, inbox me, message me. Let's have a chat. Let's get moving. Don't let this be another year. Listen, final word. If you don't do something different, you're going to have the same year you had last year, the year before that, the year before that, even if it was a good year. We want to get to a better year. We want to get to your divine purpose. We want to get to your spiritual assignment. We want you fulfilling that. All right, lovelies. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye now.